Hello, thank you for tuning into my channel. This is my goal setting video for 2022. So if you want to see what I want to work on next year, please stay tuned. I'm very excited to share what I want to do for the upcoming year. Before we do that, I want to go over my previous goals for last year, and I'm going to do something a little different for 2022. Last year, basically, I set these goals, but I didn't really look at them after I set them, so a couple of them didn't get accomplished. What I'm going to do for this year is put them somewhere in the room, up on the wall, so that I can see them and keep going back to them. And then a few goals I just recently set. So these were the ones that I set like in December of last year. So let's go over them and go over the progress that I was able to make with them. Goal number, okay, well, first let me show you where they are. I have my bookmark here so that you can see kind of where they are. Since then, I've filled up this many pages in my little sewing book full of ideas and stuff. So this is what I did last year. The first one I had was to finish the blocks for the beginner sampler quilt, and I've done that. I will link the playlist there so that you can check that out. That was a great project. I need to quilt that and bind it and all that stuff, but that's for a later time. The second one was to finish and gift my friend's quilt, and I never finished it. The top is finished, and I bought the backing fabric, but the quilt isn't put together yet. It's not even a quilt sandwich. So I think that when it's time to make that list of specific things that I want to work on, I think that should be one of the things at the top of the list. And then I put quilt and bind 2 additional quilts, and I thought I hadn't done that, but I got 2 commission quilts that I completed in 2021. I'm going to put a picture of them here. One of them is the cat quilt, and the other one is the snail trail quilt. So you can take a look at those pictures of those quilts, and if you follow my channel, you've already seen them. But they are great projects that I was able to get quilted and bound for this year. The next one was I hoped to make 60 memory bears, so 60 commission items in 2021. As it stands right now, I have 57 commissioned things finished, and I'm actually filming on the 27th. So I have, there are currently 4 bears in the works right now that are already cut out. So if I get those done by the 31st, then I will meet that goal of having at least 60 projects completed. That includes bears, pillows, and the quilts. And then the last thing that was on my list was I wanted to do that heartstrings quilt pattern. But if I'm completely honest, I didn't even, as far as I can remember, I haven't worked on that at all for 2021. So I'm not sure if I'm going to put it on the list for next year. It is something that I would like to do. I just haven't made it to that point. So those were my 5 for last year. And as I prepare for 2022, there are 2 sets of goals that I want to talk about. Excuse me. One is my YouTube goals, and then I have a sewing and quilting sort of goal that I want to talk about too, or set of goals. All right, so it's listed here, right there, and then I'm going to, I think I'm going to rewrite this like on a poster so that I can put it up on a wall so that I always have it in front of me and know what I'm working on. Okay, so first thing for YouTube, if you follow my channel for like any length of time, you already know that my goal is to make 10,000 subscribers by July 31st of 2022. That basically just gets us through the end of Vlogmas in July. So my hope is that before Vlogmas in July, I will have all of those, all my subscribers, at least 10,000. Right now on December 27th, when I'm filming, I have 8,632 subscribers. So I'm well on the way to 10,000. Super excited. I feel like I can get there. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and click my picture right there in the bottom right so that you can be a part of the community. Every new subscription helps me to reach this goal. Another thing that I want to do that I've never done on YouTube is to go live. And so I would like for you in the comments, will you list a few things that you might like for me to do during a live video? Like if there's a technique you want to learn, or if there's something that you want to teach, or if there's a sew-along idea that you have that we could do on the lives, I think that would be amazing. I actually have an idea in my brain right now, and I was talking to my production assistant, and he suggested that I aim for going live by my birthday. So that would be in April. So at least once before my birthday in April, I want to go live, and I'm going to write that in my book on this page so that I know what the goal is. Again, leave in the comments some things that you are interested in doing on a live. Now that I said it out loud, there's a sew along that we can do. So I'll see what I can do about working that out for us. For the sew alongs on YouTube, right now we're working on the Starlight, Star Bright sew along, and I want to finish that up. That will hopefully be finished on July 10th. So right around Vlogmas in July, we should be finishing up that sew along. If you haven't followed my channel, one video per month is coming out with a new star for that quilt. Actually in January there are going to be 2 videos because I did not do one for December. And they typically will come out on the 10th of the month. In January there will be 2, one on the 10th and one on the 20th. So I'm excited about that. And so I want to finish up that quilt. I think it's going to be a really great project to make, and a lot of cool blocks that you can see. I have the blocks, I should have put them up, but I didn't think about putting them up for this video, but I'll show them very soon. And I'll link the playlist in the bottom, so if you, in the description, so if you haven't seen the Starlight, Star Bright quilt along, you can check that out. After July, I want to start a new sew along, but I'm not sure what that's going to be yet. And then now that I've been thinking about going live, maybe this project will be a project for our live videos. I'm going to see what you guys leave in the comments before I say anything. But in my brain, I think there's an amazing idea that I can't wait to share with you, hopefully very soon. The other basic goal that I have is to continue all of my current content. Right now I do at least 3 videos a week, or I try to do at least 3 videos a week. I have a Sunday tutorial or a Sunday update, and then I have Whip It Wednesday, where I go through all of my works in progress that I've worked on each week, and then a Finish It Friday, where I work on my UFOs, and that's just basically a chat video. I also have, at the end of the month, last day of the month, is my question and answer video, so that's coming up very soon. And then on the first day of the month, I have my show and tell videos. So for those, you can leave a question in any of my, a comment in any of my videos, and I will answer all those questions at the end of the month. In addition to answering your comment directly, I will put it in my Q&A for the end of the month, just in case somebody didn't see it. And for the show and tell videos, you can email me at purplequiltco@gmail.com, and those videos are going to come out on the 1st of every month. So I want to keep all of that content in addition to my our monthly sew along project, and there may be other surprise videos that pop up now and then. So those are my YouTube goals. I want to maintain where I am and boost by going up just a little bit to our 10,000 subscribers. Now, as far as sewing and quilting, even though I've set these goals are a little bit different, anything that I do on for sewing and quilting, I try to document it on my YouTube. So if I'm doing a new technique, or if I'm trying something new or different that I don't normally do, I will try to document that. So that could be an additional video. That's where my tutorials come from, my projects that I work on from week to week. The first thing that I'm thinking about as far as preparing for next year is that I have several commissioned works that I need to complete. And I have a list here. I have my hustle board that I made with poster and marker. But right here, I have a list of 7 projects that that need to be completed. So I'm going into 2022 with several projects already on my plate, which is great and a wonderful problem to have, that I already have some things that I need to work on. I need to think about how I'm going to organize everything to get all of this done. And there are a few projects that I want to work on for myself. So over the next week or so, this week, thankfully, I'm out of school, so I have a little bit more time that I can devote to this. But I really am working on figuring out my calendar and how to work my time the best so that these projects can get completed effectively. If you have suggestions for that, leave them in the comments. I would love to know what your suggestions are, or if you have questions about organizing your sewing time. I'm not an expert, but I like to think it over. Okay? The other thing, like the other big thing for me for 2022 is learning how to use my long arm. I'm going to link the introduction video to my long arm in the description so that you can check that out. It's actually sitting right over there, and I haven't really worked on it lately because I've had all these holiday orders that I've been working on. So for 2022, I want to say play around with it, but that's not exactly it. I really want to learn how to use it and get at least maybe one quilt completely done on the long arm, maybe more, and then just kind of work on my quilting stitches and my technique on the long arm so that I can be effective, because I think that will make my quilting more efficient. I can go a little bit more quickly through my quilts because I can put them on the long arm instead of trying to use my domestic machine. And the last thing that I'm thinking about for 2022 is my UFOs. And it's a challenge because right now my UFOs are these commission projects. Those are what's really going to take a lot of my time. But I do have several UFOs, like maybe as many as 14 or 15 spread out, that are my own personal projects that I want to work on. So I will I'm considering how to work those into my schedule as well, because to me, my own personal projects, that's like fun quilting, and the other quilting is more like work quilting, but it's basically all the same because I love to sew and quilt. But I do want to make time for my own personal projects that don't have a deadline so that I don't feel that rush to get them done. I wish everybody the happiest of New Year's. I hope that 2022 is amazing for you and that you can get some things accomplished that maybe you never thought about. You can try new things. You can set out on some new adventures. And maybe my channel can help you with that if you are interested in trying some new sewing and quilting things. If you have any questions about what you've seen in the video, please leave them in the comments below. Thumbs up this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!